the guys that you brought in at your specific position this year play both sides of the ball in high school. Is that a point of emphasis for you as you're bringing in some players on the defensive side? Or is it just because those guys tend to be the best players on the field, athletically speaking, when they're playing good plays like football?
Well, both. You know, anytime you see a kid that can play receiver and play defensive back and be returners for their high school, you know they have the athleticism that you need to address on the back end. You know, all four guys we feel like have the ability to play corner. We'll all play corner, we don't know yet. But the main thing we wanted to do was address some athleticism, which we did. We got length. If you look at all four guys that we signed, they are north of 6 foot, which is a good thing. But more importantly, they're all high character kids that are really intelligent, so they fit who we are and what we do here at Florida State.
Edwin, can you talk a little bit about his variety and his skill set? It seems like you're talking about rangy players, tall players. What does he bring to the table?
Well, first and foremost, he's a winner. You know, they obviously won the state championship, had an undefeated season, and he was a huge reason why. You know, he was a kid that started at receiver, started at defensive back, and in the return game and made a huge impact. He's a kid that has tremendous ball skills. His ceiling at defensive back is still high. You know, he's going to come in and learn and be a full-time defensive back, and I'm sure we could use him on offense as well, but we're going to let him settle in at defensive back. I'm predicting that he's going to be a big-time corner for us, and I'm just excited about what the future has in store with him.
How about Jabril? What about him stood out to you, and how excited are you to get him on camera?
Yeah, very similar to Edwin. You know, Jabril is a kid that comes from a successful program in Pensacola Catholic. They do a phenomenal job there. He's a super competitive kid. You know, he was a kid that never came off the field, started at receiver, started at safety, started at corner at times as well. You know, he came here to camp this summer and did a phenomenal job. And I went and watched him play this fall. And just to see the effort that he played with, the range that he played with, and even though he got some weight that he needed to gain, he played with tremendous physicality. And that was really impressive to me. So that let me know that as he continued to get stronger, as he continued to add weight that he needed to add, he's going to be a physical kid that competes every single down, and that's the one thing that we look for with the group that we have.
One thing that Coach Fuller said, I just talked to him, was, you know, it used to be on a day like today, you could have a bit of a sigh of relief because this process was over, then you go focus on the next year's class. It's just not that way now. So what's the approach like for you as, it's 4:30 or 5 o'clock on signing day, but there might be more today and there might be more in the weeks to come?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, with the transfer portal and the availability of guys that we feel like can help us with that, as well as guys that may not sign today. You know, we're looking to still add some more numbers in the defensive backfield. But again, the main thing is making sure that they're the right fit for who we are and how we operate here at Florida State. We have identified some that are potentials, and we'll just see where it goes. You know, we're excited right now with the ones that we have, with the 4 that we signed. They're going to be impact players, but also impact the community with the character that they possess as well.
And then in terms of your priorities for if there is unfinished business for this offseason, what things are you looking for to add for next year's group and the years to come?
Yeah, well, obviously we got, you know, numerous safeties that'll be departing from the roster. You know, so, you know, we feel good about the depth that we have right now at corner. You know, so safety is a position that is still a need for us. But again, making sure we find those that can fit what we do and who we are is the main priority.